UJ is also really hard to tell. UJ is overbought on, well, not really. It's by the Bollinger Band on top. If you look at UJ on the 45-minute, the Bollinger Bands are starting to do that thing Angel was talking about. So I think it's going to continue bullish for a while.
UJ?
UJ on a 45-minute. The Bollinger Bands are just starting to do that thing that Angel's talking about. It's on a 45-minute, so I haven't gone. You can see it more on a 1 hour.
I don't think it will, though. I think it'll make its way back down. I think this whole move was a pullback.
Unless it...
When it wicked up here, wouldn't have been a bad idea to sell. But let's see. Let's see what it wants to do.
Is there any news? Did you check the news?
Did not check the news. I don't think there is much news at all this week.
I haven't checked the news. I haven't even traded all day. GBP had news today, but not now. We're good. There's a yellow folder, Jappy. Yeah, we're good. Clear.
It's going to break and then keep going down. I think we could. Yeah, we're going to get a pullback and we're going to, on the open of the next candle, I think.
Way down.
Huh?
UJ is starting to make its way down big time.
Yeah, I think on a GBP Jappy, we can go in for a 5-minute sell on this pullback.
Yeah, well, USD.
We're going to look for 145.950. We're looking for 950.
Hold on, it logged me out, of course. We're looking. You're talking about GBP Jappy, right?
Yeah.
Let me set up again.
5-minute sell at 950. 951. I got in at 950.
I haven't gotten in yet.
Okay, you could get a better entry.
Yeah, I got in at 954.
Okay, perfect. What's your expiration time? 14 something?
1519.
1519? Okay.
Does anyone else trade binary?
I don't think so.
It's the best. You guys have to trade binary. There we go. It's down 2 pips. I don't like how close it is. UJ's doing the same thing.
They keep playing off of my entry, so.
Oh shit. I wasn't even looking at your screen. If it doesn't tank, you should roll over.
Yeah, if I get a chance. Yeah, if it breaks it one more time. I'm gonna...
Now it hit my entry.
I rolled over. See if you can. I think
I can't right now. As soon as I can, I will.
Should have got the chance now, I believe.
Yep, got it. I rolled. What's your expire? Mine's 2019.
1949.
Okay.
Let me get the chance to do a better entry.
Yes. My GJ chart. Oh, GJ is going to come back down for sure. Oh, it's a bullish engulfing.
A heavy downtrend. We're on the right side of the market, I believe.
Now I see it. Yes, I say. Damn, it went up high.
2 pips.
Don't matter. 2 pips is a lot when it's very binary. Hi, my love. Hi. What do you have?
Might look to take another entry. 975.
I was thinking of. I mean, if it hits like that 80 again, maybe, but isn't it just too close? Just a pip.
I would take one at 75.
75.
Yeah, if I get 75.
Fine. I'll take one at 75 as well. Almost.
It's playing.
It's playing 74. I mean, I think 74 is your next best bet if you want to get in.
175. Oh, it's gonna do this now? Great.
Did you get in?
It got me 74. I clicked it on 75.
I got in 70.
Alright, they both had the same spiral.
You can get in at 5. What the hell? It's gonna go touch the top Bollinger Band now.
I think it'll stop.
What candle?
It'll stop around here. Make its way back down. I'm gonna go in one more time.
12.26.9 MACD is really showing a buy.
I'm about to roll over both entries.
And expire at the same time. You're rolling?
Yeah, I rolled both of them.
Okay. So did I. 30.19 and 25.19. Okay.
What was your second entry?
I have one at 77 and one at 54.
Okay.
$77 and 54.
Yeah, it'll stop here and start coming back down.
Yeah, so there's a possibility. The histogram just went dark green again.
On the 5 minute?
Yes, sir. You staying in here, buddy? You stay right here. Shoot. Here. It's going to touch that top Bollinger Band, I think.
Yeah, possibly now. The buy was against the buy would have been a better call.
Yeah. We'll buy it now. We're just going to have to roll over for a bit.
Yeah. It wants to come down. It's just
I mean, we're so close on the 4 hour, it's not even funny. But even on the 4 hour, the MACD is about to cross up. So we'll see.
it's stopping. Price is stopping.
I hope it doesn't start to consolidate because that'll be annoying.
It broke this trend line. Barely.
Gotta get on your screen. Why are you in a 1 minute?
I'm going back and forth.
Look at the Bollinger Bands. It's going to keep going in that direction. Go back to the 1 minute. Look at the Bollinger Bands. You see that?
Pointing up. That's pointing up.
Yeah.
It's going to come back down. Don't worry.
Okay. I mean, I know it will. I'm just saying, like, we're going to be rolling over for a minute. Be a nice little doji right there.
I'll catch you guys later.
All right, Greg.
All right.
Yo, what's up, Arjun?
What's up, Michael? I just wanted to do some binary since there weren't too many people on, but
I saw you doing binary. Wait, who's your binary broker?
binary set.
Are they any good?
For so far, I mean, I haven't withdrew on
Basically,
this
the ones that are
broker
paying
yet.
out.
I'm about to roll over the 74 entry. It's
Oh, it's about to expire. Oh, damn. Oh, it logged me out. It always logs you out at the wrong time.
You better hurry up and log back in.
So, school me a little on how binary works, bro.
So it's super simple, bro. It's like market execution only. And basically you pick your time right here, how long you want to be in the trade for.
Okay.
So like we're in a couple 5-minute sells, but if I were to call means buy and put means sell. So basically it's like if you think in 5 minutes the price of GBP JPY is going to be lower than the current market price that you press sell at, then you press sell, and in 5 minutes, if it's true, if it's even like 1 pip hat under, you would win the trade. And you could risk however much you want, like however much you want to get.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just started this account not too long ago with 500, and I'm in a couple of trades right now. So,
Bro, that thing's giving me anxiety just watching that thing move so much, dude. What the heck?
yeah, I mean, I mostly just watch it right here on TradingView. Like, I mark out my entries. Like, these are my 2 entries right now, these 2 pink lines. I'm in sells, but the market kind of reversed a little bit on me.
Yeah. Dang.
But long term, I know what's going to happen. Long term, GBP JPY wants to come down. So
Yeah, all yen pairs are going to be bearish for the rest of the year. In my opinion.
it's just about what, not if I'm going to be on the right side of the market. It's just when. So you could also, like, since I'm in these trades, I can choose to roll over. That makes your position size bigger, but gives you more time for the trade to be in your favor, which helps a lot. Not all binary brokers do that.
Why does this keep logging me out today?
Gotcha. So it's like an extension pretty much, and you got to like throw it down a little bit more.
Yeah.
Hey, Renee,
What?
like the shirt? No,
What?
Aaron Decor.
Oh, what's good, Aaron?
I know, because he was trying to get some shirts made of RTL, and I was like, oh, look at that. I have mine. I found it. Those are my closet somewhere.
Yeah, I can't find any T-shirt shops around here that can do actual custom templates. All they have is ones that's preloaded on their software. It's stupid. West Virginia sucks, dude.
Damn, then. Well, I don't know too much about West Virginia. I've never been there. But I heard some crazy
It's a small state where drugs are taking over. That's all you need to know.
We used to go to Wheeling all the time. That's all I know about West Virginia.
Hey, well, I don't know, man. All I know is I got this RTL shirt. Oh, but that's good, man. That's good. The binary. That sounds like something I might want to get into later because, yeah, I mean, for quick scalps, that sounds like something that could possibly be very, very beneficial. If you're just risking a chunk instead of just waiting for it to go into profit, you know, that sounds a little more interesting. But no, I'll still stick to Forex for now. But that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, to each their own. I mean, I could toss you the screen share, and you could start this up for the people that are on for the MT4 side of it. I didn't know you were home already. But yeah, I'm gonna toss you the host, bro.
Yeah.
There you go. Do your thing, bro.
All right. Cool.
Before he starts, Arjun, you rolling over?
Yeah.
Okay. I just rolled over my 54 entry. Go ahead. Sorry, Mike.
Oh, it's all good. Cool. All right. So, I mean, yesterday I gave out that signal on use TMXN. It wicked our entry, then came down.
Bro, that was all your trades yesterday.
That was all my trades yesterday. Dude, user should have hit the first take profit, actually. User should have hit
Honestly, I didn't trade the exotics, but all your trades yesterday, they whipped entry and then they hit.
Dude, wick entry, yeah. Cat Jappy, I saw that. Cat Jappy entered down over here. That was terrible. Euro GBP, I think it did the exact same thing. Well, that one gave us a little bit more pips than the other ones. This one at least went almost 20 pips in our favor, while the other ones just wick entried us and countered really quick.
I was sleeping when the Euro GBP and everything activated, so I couldn't put a trailing stop or nothing.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it happens. It happens, but user should have hit first take profit, but if you got spread gap like we did, me and my girlfriend were trading this, and we're on separate brokers, and we both got spread gap. It didn't hit the first profit. What we noticed the broker did is, since it has a wider spread, they pretty much just lowered it on us, pinched it, so that it missed the first take profit. And then you know what it did. It countered and took the loss. But, hey, well, what happens? It happens. But, yeah, I mean, overall, I was looking at the JPY pairs. And, yeah, I mean, these things are going to continue the down pattern. Right now in the 4-hour time frame, they are extremely bearish now, more than a couple of weeks ago when we were first looking at them. We were confirming the downtrends. Right now, right now I want to be very careful as far as how I've been trading it with the stop orders. Just because if you can see pretty much every single time that you try and trade a breakout, it just pulls back massively. You see how, like, if you would have traded that breakout right here, it would have just wick entered you and gave you about, well, I guess it would have gave you about a little bit more pips this time, but it just pulls back tremendously before continuing the trend, and then giving a little bit, pulls back tremendously, and then giving a little bit more. So it's inching its way down by the breakout a lot slower than it normally would. And I do think it's because it's the end of the year now. At the end of the year, most people be doing, going on vacation. A lot of the bigger traders during these months, they take off usually from October to mid-January. That's usually the time when these people are starting to come back. But yeah, I mean, during these times, we're going to see a lot of that now. So we got to prepare for it by, instead of trading them like a normal stop, I mean, we can counter trade it and catch the wicks instead by counter trading our own analysis. That would be pretty helpful in some trades, right? Because I mean, this CAD JPY just exhausted the trend after, I think we were about right here last night when we were when we set up those buy stops and the sell stops, and that was like around right here. And it's still, I mean, it came down about almost 40 pips, 35 pips, activated my stop, and then boom, reversed. The trend overall is down. It broke this significantly. My overall analysis for the Rhombus, it broke it significantly, but right now we're just in a pullback. But overall, I mean, it's pretty safe to resell. But again, I would just wait until London session simply because we want to see how much the market has moved already, and it's barely moved 20 pips.
Radhika, you
So-
can roll over just to be safe on that 74.
So yeah, Kajapi showed us the true direction, but wicked us in, and it's given us some drawdown. But I mean, at the end of the day, it still looks like a really good sell to me.
Hey, Michael, I'm not trying to cut you off. Is there any chance you can send me the pairs y'all are looking at tonight? I'm still here at Children's Hospital, and I won't be back at the Ronald McDonald House till about 1 in the morning.
Yeah, bro, got you. We're actually gonna drop any trade signals on the Telegram. So
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I got you, man. I got you. But yeah,
Love
I mean,
you.
again, what I would do here, since this does look like it could possibly go maybe up to right here and then continue the downtrend. But yeah, I mean, it broke it. It broke it significantly by over 30 pips. So I believe that the yen is still a good sell. It has a huge rhombus on the CAD-JPY, USD-JPY. Overall, on the 4-hour, extremely bearish as well.
You rolled over, right?
That's what I drew on
What?
UJ. So I don't know how this looks. I don't know how y'all think this looks, but I guess it's holding to the buy side. Overall, if we just throw a Fibonacci on it, let's see, from down to bottom, where's it bouncing off of with the Fibonacci? Yeah, I mean, it came down to the 618. Chris Terry's session at the Source Convention in Miami, 8% to the impulse retrace 30%, whether it's going up or down. So bounced off it twice on the upward slanted end, but once it starts coming its way down, I would say about down over here, that will confirm. But even if you just take it on the regular one from here to here, you can see that it already completed the 618 retracement. So we might not see any more continuation from the yen. And if we do see a continuation upward, we know how far it could possibly go. In my opinion, if it continues breaking out from here, the only place it could possibly go is to the middle of the rhombus, which would be about right here. So whichever way it decides to break, again, this is a 4-hour time frame, and it's looking a lot more bullish than UJ. Anyway, it's looking a lot more bullish than CAD-JPY. And I believe that, well, from what I've seen previously, every yen pair follows USD-JPY. So it's very important to keep that in mind, right? If we normally have any bull or bear and UJ, it will reflect on all the other pairs. So just keep that in mind when we're trading this. Once we start seeing a bull or bear on UJ, it'll go to the other pair so we can trade multiple pairs at the same time. That'll be the plan once it starts rallying in whatever direction. I mean, again, we're ready to catch the movement. NZD-JPY played out pretty good as well. We caught most of that. BJ. I mean, what else? Oh, AUD, USD. Actually, where is it? Right here. All right, so this one, it does look like now like it made a double bottom. It continued, pull back a little bit. So once it starts breaking past here, The next zone to take it to will be about right here, since it does appear to have a rhombus. Okay, about right here. So this will be the zone to take it to. Once it starts to break past this zone, you're gonna buy it. We'll start rallying, and it should go to the next rally point. Should be about right here. Look, I'm about to draw a rhombus on it. Check this out. Okay, so we got our left rhombus right now, and we're gonna go ahead and grab our trend line and make the line from the bottom of the impulse to the left shoulder on the rhombus. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna copy it. Yeah, I think I moved it before okay, we're just gonna copy and paste it. Right, so if anyone studied geometry and knows what a rhombus is, it's basically a slanted rectangle with even sides, and that's why it follows the geometric pattern, right? Because it's completing the second side. So now we got the first one. We're gonna find our targets. Our entry point was already given based off of this right here. Once it breaks out of the first rhombus, and it's clearly bouncing off of it, you can go ahead and start buying once it starts breaking out, and in a bullish manner or bearish, right? If you're selling it, once it starts breaking out of it, that's when you have a confirmation that it's going to continue the trend. Okay, so now we got the first line. So that was our, so I'll change the color of it, that way we know. So this one will be a pink line. This is the one we're waiting for the break for us to find our entry. Now we can go ahead and get our middle one. You can change the color of that one as well. That way we don't get confused of the next ones. Change them back to bright green, doesn't matter. Okay, so that's our middle point of the rhombus, which would be about 50% of the impulse. Fibonacci-wise, you grab your top one, your bottom one. Okay, so now it's looking a little bit more clean to where it could potentially go. If you're looking at it on this perspective, you can see why. Okay, yeah, so you can see why this still could potentially go here, because this is a major key level. It's also near a whole number, which is 7,100. Keep in mind the quarter theory. Pairs sometimes move in quarters by whole numbers, so this is still a potential zone. Not only because of that, if we look back, it's been a major consolidation zone in the past. Consolidation here, consolidation here, consolidation here. If we zoom out maybe a little bit more, we'll probably find some more in the back. Yeah, the consolidation way back over here. So this is going to be a major price point. So you could either trade with the buy stop or maybe even buy now. It wouldn't be a bad idea. Well, actually, it might be not the best idea, because again, we're not in our favorable session, right? We gotta wait till London session, Euro session comes about. So we see how much the pair has moved already since the open. It has moved a total of about 14 pips. So the average daily range on Tokyo session is about 50 pips. So we still got some movement to go before it fakes us out. We do see this major wick right here. So it is a potential where it can possibly go down, maybe even break past this, fake out, fake out, come to about down here, fake out, and then go up. So yeah, I mean, I'm seeing this rhombus. Rhombus looks real good. AUD USD on the 1 hour, on the 4 hour looks even better. 4 hour looks like it's on a heavy, long time downtrend. Oh, that's where I got that line. I forgot I drew that. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so there was a break in this major trend line on the daily. If you can see, this was drawn a long time ago. I had this for a while now. It came, broke it, retested. Now it looks like it's gonna come downward. So based off of the rhombus, this might just pull back to here and then sell. Okay, so don't be on this trade for too long, scalp it. That's probably gonna be the best option for this pair. If you buy now and just look for your second position, you're still looking for about 12 pips. So it's not too bad for scalping. That's pretty much what you want to go for every single time. About 10, 15 pips for a scalp. That's good because, you know, it covers the commission cost and all that stuff. So that's what I got for right now. USDMXN, yeah, I mean, USDMXN did not respect the trend, tanked, but overall, I do see it going upwards at the end of the cycle based off of market theory, geometry, the rhombus. See how it broke past it, came back, retested. A lot heavier, right? Because it's an exotic, so it's going to move a lot more. So once it breaks past this high, or actually once it starts breaking past like highs like this, making the signs of the continuation upward, I'd say it's pretty safe to buy USDMXN. USAR, yeah, I mean USAR, this one's a savage right now. This thing moves so much. We got in about right here yesterday, about right here, and it did go, I mean, like I said, it should have hit your take profit. But if you got spread gapped, oh well. But yeah, I mean, this pair just moved so savage. Like this was just a 200 pip move right here, that we got on the wrong side of the market for, but it will happens. So now what we are looking to do as far as USAR goes is go up to the higher time frames. Oh my goodness. I did not see this. Is anyone looking at this? What is this? What is this pattern? Radica. Paul, you don't even know I got this. But this is a head and shoulders pattern. Okay. We got the left shoulder. We got the head. Right shoulder. You see that? See that? And we got ourselves a classic neckline. Put it right here because that's probably the best place to put the neckline. Dang. Yep. So we got ourselves a head and shoulders pattern. And I believe that, yeah, I mean, we can definitely draw a rhombus on this for sure. Yep, look at that. We want to grab a trend line, move it, put it. Boom. Grab some corners on the triangle and then complete it. There it is. You got your rhombus, 4 equal sides. Now you look for your take profit points. You cross the lines. Oh, look at that. My halfway point's almost at the first take profit. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, so you put your line in the middle, second line at the top, second line at the bottom, third line at the bottom. Sorry, not the second. Perfect. Boom. Yeah. Is this making? Is making? Well, I guess I could clean this up a little bit, honestly. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. That looks a little better. Yeah, because I mean, I wanted to make sure the whole impulse right. Alright, now I'm just gonna match it. Boom. Alright, there you go. Now that looks a lot cleaner now. There we go, guys. So, same thing. I mean, now we just gotta adjust this a little bit to about right here. And we look for our corner to corner. Boom. Over here. Boom. Oh my gosh. This mouse. Okay. There we go. That looks a lot cleaner. Looks a lot cleaner. All right. Perfect. Perfect. So, user on the daily, it's looking like a pretty big cell. You got your left shoulder, you got your right shoulder, you got your head, you got your right shoulder. So once it breaks this neckline, the next possible target zone is going to be about 50% of this down impulse. So we just draw Fibonacci from here to here. And we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a horizontal line. Oh man, why is it doing this? Only when I come up does it glitch. Oh well. So I got the first line. That line is done. Now I gotta move our Fibonacci up, but it's not letting me pick it up. I'm gonna lower the time frame. Zoom out. Oh wow, did I really just do that? Okay. Alright, whatever. So I'll just grab another one. So when it comes to this one, you'll see why I exactly bounced off of that right shoulder. So we want to grab it from the middle of the impulse to about right here. Horizontal line. Boom. Oh, now this one doesn't let me. Oh well. So if you can see that, why it's still a potential buy and an overall sell. Why pullbacks? You want to trade the pullbacks. Potentially still pull back up to here. It looks like it got exhausted and looks like it's making that slanted downward and downward. So I'm going to go ahead and trade this with a stop order on the downward side. I'm going to trade a continuation for user. We're going to 1 hour. Look for our entry point. I would say if it breaks this tonight, about right here, about this area, that it should be good for a sell up until here. Which if you take it from here to here, that's still 100 pips. Wow, look at that. 100 pips. 100 pips that we can still take from the market. Okay. What's up, Kayla? So that's what I'm looking at.
Hey, brother.
So man, hope all is well. Hope all is well, man. Right now we're looking at selling USD ZAR. And big Kimberly just called the Zoom. Yeah, so
She's doing her
looking to
US.
short.
She's doing her US 30, and I think Luke Longmire is going to be on that call too. If we want to switch over.
Oh, really sweet. Yeah, I mean, right now I'm pretty short on those pairs still. I know that they didn't treat us so well last night, but I'm not gonna change anything from what I know. I'll keep shorting what I think is a short. Oh man, your NZD finally going down. Wow. Okay, yeah. I mean, if you guys want to switch over to Kimberly Torres's session, that's totally fine. Don't mind it at all. AUD look at that. It's about to hit our stop, our entry point. So once it breaks this area, take it to here, wait for the retest, take it to here, because this is halfway. But yeah, I mean, if anybody wants to jump on that Kimberly Torres, that's cool. I'll go ahead and give my signals on the Telegram.
Let me see if she started it yet.
I think it's like the 5-minute warning.
I'm not even on her Telegram. What's her Telegram? I'm a Source Forex chick.
Yeah, that was like the one that she made on her on the actual event. Who's this guy? Jose Garcia.
Yeah, he DM'd me from the Elite page. What's up, bro?
Hi, man. I'm here in Michigan in Detroit. I'm a P600 from Mr. Lawrence Young. He's my chairman 50.
Cool.
Oh, okay, cool. I just want to know who's this.
I'm just super. I watch all your I've seen him twice already. The videos that you guys posted on YouTube, and I think it's awesome the ways you guys analyze. And I've been trying to copy it. Like every right now, I'm in a couple. And I'm waiting for you guys to see if I'm doing it right.
I mean, ask.
I hear you, bro.
Let him know what pairs. Michael would definitely take a look for sure.
Right.
What pairs are you
You're looking at the AUD CHF.
I mean, ADCHF.
Could we trade the GBP? Made it too big because since I drew it first the way you drew it right now, I thought the move was gone, and I figured I could make a smaller rhombus or make that one bigger and see if I can make another move.
Gotcha. On AUDUSD?
And no, that was the AUD CHF. That's the one I was looking at. Yeah.
Gotcha. Hang on. Oh, okay. I see what you're looking at. Okay, yeah. I mean, this is pretty much that the AUDUSD that I was just looking at. So overall, it does look like it's a buy.
I have a very, very quick buy because I'm just trying to see if I can just catch that because I got the EMA at 8 and I have an MA at 50. So it's telling me that it's bouncing off the MA right now.
Gotcha. Well, this is what I'm looking at. I mean, this is pretty much what I was already trading off of the AUDUSD.
Yeah.
So I look for the head and shoulders pattern, and once it breaks out and retest for the head and shoulders. So right now, this would be the left shoulder, the head, and then this I guess you could consider this to be the right shoulder. It does retest it twice, which is good. I mean, it bounced off it twice, which is more confirmation. So I would go ahead and just draw my rhombus from the top of the impulse, wherever it it starts, doesn't matter. To the left one, and then drag across to through the head, and then just make sure I cover the entire impulse. Then I go ahead and grab a trend line. I drag it from the top of the impulse to the left shoulder, and then I just match it on the side of the actual triangle. Then I grab it and just drag and drop it from corner, and then to wherever it reaches. And from here, I go and grab another triangle, and then just match the corners. Go one corner, click, and then click and drag to complete your triangle. And then boom, you got your other side of the rhombus. And the way you find your take profit points is you get that same trend line and you drag it from corner to corner. All right, so you got that first one corner to corner, and then you take your second one and make sure that it's corner to corner as best as it possibly can be. And then you take the horizontal lines, 3 of them, you measure from impulse to impulse. And then one at the middle, X marks the spot. And then that's where you can get your potential
PP1?
points. Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
You say the X will be take profit 1, correct?
Right. So depending on how you draw this up, this is pretty much what I would consider to be always take profit 1, especially if you're on the 1 hour time frames, a little bit shorter. So yeah, take profit 1 would always be on the first X. And what I do to get 3 take profits out of this, and so you're not necessarily catching it for too long, is I draw Fibonacci from the X where, from the middle point to the top point of the impulse, and then whatever 50% is, which is half of the impulse, I just put another horizontal line, and that's where our second take profit would be, and then take profit would be at the very end of the rhombus.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so I'll show you one that we had this past week that did pretty much all of it. It was NZDJPY. Where is it? Right here. So I just, if you look at this, is on a 1 hour. So this was on Sunday when the market opened. It gave us the confirmation for the rhombus. Right shoulder in bear, and then pushed down, broke the neckline, and continued. And it hit pretty much. Well, it came pretty close to the last take profit, but it didn't hit it completely. But if you would have traded it like that, you would have entered here. You would have had 2 take profits smashed. They went for a total of 98 pips.
Wait, what would you enter one more time in a sale? Where would you enter?
I would enter about right here.
Why not in the first spike?
In the first spike, because of the pullbacks. So this was on Sunday, okay. So this was on when the market opened, Sunday 3 p.m.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So the day is also very important when you want to get in. So it pretty much came down for the first half of the session. Probably Euro session came in and then pulled it back. And then it showed the true direction once London and New York came in.
So is that something you usually do? You wait for that when the market opens for this particular pair to drop like that?
So for this particular pair, yeah, I waited for the market to open. It had first and foremost had a major gap when the market first opened. So the gap had to be filled, period. 9 times out of 10, the market gap gets filled. And then, we have a pullback. Anything that, goes down must go up. So we had the pullback, confirming that it's the right shoulder because
the last shoulder,
the right shoulder, because it didn't break the previous high, which is the head right here. So once it started coming down like this is the better time to sell it, because you won't be stuck in this major drawdown. I mean, overall, if you draw your rhombus right here and you get the break, it is confirming the bearish direction, absolutely. But considering the day that it was, since it was Sunday, more than likely it wasn't going to continue the direction just because of the day that it is, So it pulled back and then it continued. So for me, it was better to enter it as a pullback when it confirms the right shoulder. Even if right here you would have sold it like right here, you would have been fine because you wouldn't have taken that much drawdown.
Yeah.
That much drawdown, as if you would have been a little bit less impatient and got in at the head. You see?
Got it.
So it's all about patience here because, the rhombus strategy is gnarly, man. Like, I really have trouble finding any losing trades on this. It's just about the patience and actually waiting out for the pattern to happen. Because I found a lot of the time when it spikes crazy counter direction is because the actual head and shoulders wasn't respected. The right shoulder always broke the head by a lot on a lot of the ones that I've been seeing that, that some people put and that they're losses. But it's just about patience and just waiting for the three movements to actually happen. Once you confirm that this one doesn't break past the head, you're basically aiming for a head and shoulders pattern.
But let me ask you this: I had, I think it was before yesterday. The GVP pairs were completely consolidated, like flat. How do you deal when you're doing your analysis when you have a flat out consolidation?
Well, yeah, I mean, yesterday we did have a Euro GBP consolidating heavily. So one thing that I do for consolidation, I mean, right now this one's doing that too, is I don't necessarily try and force any trades. I'll just go to another chart.
Okay.
And what I can find, like I never try and squeeze the blood out of any pair, and force anything out of it, because that's when you find yourself like, getting a little bit too emotionally attached to the trades.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. So you would not draw a humongous rhombus like from the tip top of the uptrend to the tip top of the downtrend and try to call it, maybe call it on the pullback, like going up.
No, I would have never try and force a rhombus pattern, just because I know how powerful the head and shoulders pattern is. Actually, one of my favorite patterns to happen. So when I found out about the rhombus and how the way that they were trading it based off of market geometry, it's really hard to lose on it. So I will never try and force a trade that way, because I've been burned like that so many times. Trying to see something that's not really there, and it's showing you something different, but then you want to see something counter to what the market is actually showing you. That's when I found to have the most losses.
That makes a lot of sense. What you just said right now, you just blew my mind. That's true. Because sometimes you say like it's a downtrend, but it's in a pullback. It has to do it, and then you're just trying to, like you said, squeeze the trade out of it.
Yeah, man. Never try and force a trade. Like if you're trading off of the 1 hour, then you better practice sitting on your hands, man, because 1 hour candlesticks, that's definitely a long time that you're gonna be there just sitting, So in my opinion, when you're trading in this type of fashion, you're already waiting, right? So why not wait a little bit more to confirm your actual movement? Because again, the markets are just cycles of patterns repeated over and over and over again. So when they go, because I mean, think about this. I'm not the only one that sees this. Millions of traders see this.
Yes,
right?
incredible. It's incredible.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Millions of people see these exact same patterns and they play out exactly like 9 times out of 10, right? So like, let's say the same thing, right? Like, let's say you would have waited and got in when I said, right? You would have taken a little bit of pullback, right? Like, let's say you would have waited right here. It gave us a huge railroad right here in this zone, right? It gave us a huge railroad, and then you would have sold it. And then boom, what did the market do? It played with your feelings and then pushed back, but didn't break the high, and then came down.
And gave you that shoulder. So yeah, that pattern is very powerful, like you say.
You see what I'm saying? So as long as the pattern always plays out, as long as it respects, it's gonna go. Because I mean, consider the times where you thought you've seen a head and shoulders, but the trend was so strong that it just blew right past that. I mean, I know I've seen it a couple of times. So that's why it's very important to wait. Like I was saying, waiting for the pattern to actually happen, and then these people are gonna capitalize on the same movement. They're gonna take all the buyers because hey, they're like, oh look at railroad, and then it pushed engulfing candle. They thought, oh look, engulfing candle, but it didn't really break the previous high. Took all the buyers' money, and then boom, tanked. You see. So I look for all the places where the markets could potentially stop hunt. That's me. I've been trading for 4 years now, so I've been stop hunted for so long, and I almost rage quit a couple times because of it.
Wow.
So I know that it happens. 9 times out of 10, just like how the pattern is going to play out. 9 times out of 10, these people are going to go for stops. 9 times out of 10. Just consider how retail traders trade. Right? Let's say you started selling right here. You say, okay, well, if it starts making its way back here, how how normal retail trading, like based off of the free stuff that I've seen on the internet, you know, all those people want to be like, yeah, you know, I can learn it for free, but they're learning how to trade like retail traders, right? If you would have sold right here, put your stop right here, would have gotten blown out, and then it would have been winning profit. Like let's be real, that happens a lot of the time. If you're thinking like a retail trader, right? But if you're thinking like a bank, at that point you're expecting for them to go for your stop. You know.
And let me ask you, do you use in a cell like you mentioned, do you use the top of the rhombus as your stop loss?
I usually do about 20 pips above the rhombus.
Okay.
Just in case, which is, I mean, I guess it's a lot higher risk for most people because they're really not looking for a lot of drawdown. But I've had on the yen pairs, especially, AJ actually was the one that did it to me. A week ago, we had this perfect rhombus, and the thing literally just spiked up enough to hit my stop loss.
Oh my God.
And then it reversed. Yeah. And I was expecting a stop loss hunt too. That's the thing. I was expecting it, but it pulled about 12 more pips than I expected. And it blew right through my stop loss before tanking it over 100 pips.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, you can be as good as you know as you possibly can, man. But sometimes, you know, they just push it a lot more than you would expect, you know. And it happens. I mean, there's really nothing you can do about it but play along. But yeah, I mean, look at that AUD/USD. I called a buy off of this rhombus, just like the AUD/CHF, and then now it looks like it's making the perfect bullish flag. So
yeah, I would have entered that trade. I would have lost because I saw that candle broke right through the resistance right there.
right here, you were selling?
No, in the blue. Oh no, that's it. That's not the one that you go in. You go in on the first line and on the second line. I'm talking about inside the rhombus, the longest bullish candle.
Oh, this one? Oh, inside the rhombus right here?
Yeah, that one. I was looking at that one, but I know that that's not the entry point. The entry point is the line before that one.
Yeah, so in this one, like here's the left shoulder, and then here's the head, and then here would be the right shoulder. And you see how it broke out, came back, tested it, and then now it's continuing. So remember how I was saying about patience, why patience is the most important tool in your toolbox? Just because of that, you know what I mean? Like you said, if you would have bought right here, overall, you are absolutely right. You are in the right way of where the market is going to go. But again, you know, these people are not going to show you the direction of the market without taking first. You know, they'll always take before they give.
Yeah, it makes sense. So what you're telling me is that in this, you're always looking for the head and shoulder after a long downtrend or uptrend. You're always looking for that head and shoulder.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% of the time, I never trade this rhombus if I don't see that head and shoulders. The head and shoulders does not play. I don't play.
That's major. That's major right there.
Yeah, man. Like and like that, you can just save yourself from a lot of drawdown, a lot of guesswork, a lot of pain. You know what I'm saying? Like overall, like patience is very important, man. I was at that Chris Terry session in the Source Convention in Miami, and he talked about how patience was one of his most important tools in his toolbox. So now that I'm applying it, I believe it 100%.
So yeah, this is a marathon, not a sprint.
Absolutely, bro. So that's what I'm looking at. And all the yen pairs are going to pull back. Yep. So Rhombus still playing good on USD JPY in the 4-hour, catching those pullbacks as it slowly goes up. Overall, I think it's going to hit the halfway mark on the Rhombus right here, which is the 50 on the Fibonacci. If we zoom out, it's the 50% on the Fibonacci. So the Rhombus overall is like it's more of a confirmation tool for me. It's like you just put it there and then just wait for the trade to go to you instead of like the lines on the Fibonacci. I like the Rhombus a little bit better, but it's pretty much, you know, calculating the same retracements. But yeah, this is what I got for you guys right now. We're looking to buy AUD/USD, AUD/CHF. That one's looking like a really good buy as well. And USDMXN, man, this one's plain. I'm not gonna play this one. But USAR, yeah, USAR looks like it's going on a downtrend now. So you can either sell USAR now or trade it with the sell stop. Sorry, about 14.2047. You can set up your buy stop or sell stop, and then just take it 100 pips to the next low, which would be 14.105. So yeah, you're looking at about 100 pips on that one if you take it from the stop order. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I'm trading. I'm not really trying to like get a lot of pairs in. I just try and focus on the main ones and stick to them. All right, but yeah, I'll go ahead and drop all these on the Telegram, so y'all can copy and paste and make some money with us. I actually gotta go right now. I gotta stop sharing my screen. I gotta let my dog out. He's crying in the room, so sorry about that. But yeah, catching the pips on USDZAR, AUDCHF just broke it, so it's looking like a good buy. And USDJPY is probably gonna buy as well to the 50%. All right, guys. So I'll drop those on the Telegram. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me. All right. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. I'll see you guys later.
All right.
All right, Will.